We're going to start off with some information we need to share. Items on the agenda may be taken out of order. The board may continue 2 or more agenda items for consideration. The board council may remove an item from the agenda or delay discussion relating to the item at any time. No action may be taken on any matter not listed on the posted agenda. All planning and zoning matters heard at this meeting are forwarded to the Board of County Commissioners Zoning Commission, the BCC, or the Clark County Planning Commission, the PC, for final action. Please turn off or mute all cell phones. Please take all private conversations outside. Would a 48 advance request a sign language interpreter or other reasonable efforts to assist accommodating people with physical disabilities may be made available by calling 702-455-3530, or TDD at 702-385-7486, or Relay Nevada toll-free at 800-326-6868. Supporting material provided by the board members for this meeting may be requested from Tammy Harris at 702-298-0828. Supporting material is or will also be available by Clark County Department of Administrative Services. Supporting material is or will be available at the Clark County website at clarkcountynv.gov/Laughlin tab. We're going to go ahead and take roll call of members. Pamela Walker, present. Vice Chair. Fred Doughton. Here. Kathy Oates. Herm Walker. Present. And then myself, Kathleen Haas. We have a quorum. I'd like to introduce our secretary, Tammy Harris, 702-298-0828. Or you can reach her at tammy.harris@clarkcountynv.gov. Our county liaison, Mark Moskowitz, 702-298-0828, or 702-455-6173. Or you can reach them at mark.moskowitz, MOSKOWITZ, at clarkcountynv.gov. We are officially calling this meeting to order. Public comments. Oh, yes, do the Pledge of Allegiance first. Please stand.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry about that. Got so excited about the agenda, just wanted to get to business. Okay, number 2, public comments. This is a period devoted to comments by the general public about items on this agenda. No discussion, action, or vote may be taken on this agenda item. You will be afforded the opportunity to speak to individual public hearing items at the time they are presented. If you wish to speak to the board about items within this jurisdiction but not appearing on this agenda, you must wait until the comments by the general public. This is the period listed at the end of this agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Please step up to the speaker's podium, clearly state your name and address, and spell your last name. This will be recorded. If any member of the board wishes to extend the length of your presentation, this will be done by the chairperson or the board of majority vote. We're going to take... Do we have anyone who would like to approach the podium? Okay, we will move on to items 3. I'm going to combine 3 and 4 for the approval of our minutes for January 10th, 2023, and the approval of the agenda for today, February 14th, 2003.
So moved.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion pass. Okay, we're going to move on. Informational items. Announce the 2023 Laughlin Citizen of the Year and present the Clark County Proclamation in honor of recognition of community service.
Perfect. Thank you, Chair. So the Laughlin Citizen of the Year Award is presented annually in honor of the late Jim Edwards as an expression of gratitude and appreciation to a resident of Laughlin who has made our community a better place to live. This person's commitment to the River Fund and the community has been instrumental and has included countless hours of collaborating to ensure all locals are taken care of in a time of need. This year's recipient moved to Laughlin in 1984 to raise a family and has been an active member of the community ever since, including being a member of the St. John the Baptist Church, a board member of the River Fund since 2010, and an employee of the Pioneer Hotel and Casino for 35 years, and retired in 2019 after serving roles that included the manager of human resources as well as acting general manager in their final 5 years. It is my pleasure to announce Margaret Gabelon as the winner of the 2023 Laughlin Citizen of the Year, and thank her for all of her contributions. So.
I'd like to say I'm very shocked. I'm surprised. This is really amazing. Okay. When I started hearing some of the key things that Mark was mentioning, I thought, why does that sound familiar? Anyway, yes, I'm retired. And I've been on River Fund Board since the beginning. 2010, June in fact, the last 3 years as chairman of the board, and I've enjoyed it. There's been a lot happening with the pandemic and all, but I think we're back on track with our events and things of that nature. I'm just shocked. I don't know what else to say except thank you.
Congratulations.
This is amazing.
Okay, moving on to the next informational receiver report and updates from South County Liaison, Mark Laxwitz.
Perfect, thank you, Chair. So we've got a few things we'll put on the Elmo screen over here. So I was fortunate to be invited to the Colorado River Law Enforcement Association conference by NDOW and Arizona Fish and Game. It was held later this year, or late January at the Aquarius, and it's to cover river safety with all of our partners in that. So the county's continuing to keep their name at the table doing stuff for river safety. I was able to present to about 200 people from California, Arizona, and Nevada, so that was a great opportunity. So it might not be working, but that's okay. And then, as you know, Commissioner Naft does quarterly working days in Laughlin. The next one coming up is going to be Thursday, February 23rd. We have a bunch of flyers in the back. It's for our Laughlin residential roads rehab open house. It's going to be a great meeting with public works staff. Will be there as well. The county is investing nearly $7 million for about 9 miles of road. So we'll have all the residential areas that are in the first phase. We'll have maps up there so you can see kind of where it's going to be, and public works staff as well as myself and the commissioner and our staff will be there. So it'll be a great opportunity. There's also several other events going on during the day, and I know some of our partners in the audience will be mentioning those as well. So there's been a whole list released and all that, so we look forward to seeing the community there. So, and then at the end of the day, we'll be finishing up in Searchlight, if anyone's interested, doing a community park cleanup at Rex Bell Jr. So contact our office if you have any questions or want to get signed up. So those are all my updates.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, next, we're going to receive a report from Lieutenant Rogers for the Metro Police.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Rogers with Metro. Just wanted to give our monthly report here. As far as stats for the month of January, we responded to 325 calls for service. It's up a little bit from last year, about 7%. As far as traffic citations, we wrote 209. Just for knowledge for the community, unfortunately, if you do get pulled over, we have gone to an electronic citation. So each officer has a cell phone that will have like a little signature pad on it that will have someone sign. So it'll actually increase hopefully our visibility in the public, and then also the amount of time that we have someone pulled over will then decrease the timing with that. So if you do get stopped and get a ticket, unfortunately, we are going to have those done electronically, so that should be better for the community at large here. As far as arrests, we had 3 DUIs, 9 arrests for domestic violence, and we took in a total of 29 bookings into our Tucker facility holding, and we also wrote 5 tickets for juveniles over the month. Everything's pretty steady at our casinos, and the only thing that we want to touch on is we have our monthly coffee with the cop. As we all know, Gino retired, so I do have Gino's replacement. My new Gino, as I call him for now, is Sergeant Deshaun Miles. He's in the back of the room, but he'll be kind of spearheading the coffee with the cop assignments here, and we're going to continue to do it monthly as a monthly road show, picking different locations. But for this month, it'll be next Thursday, the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. to 9:30, and Commissioner Naft will be our guest speaker. So for anyone in the community that wants some face time with Metro, with an officer, with one of my detectives, with myself, or with Commissioner Naft, I'm guessing that's not related to the road project because he has his 1:30 appointment. We'll be talking directly about the roads. So we hope to see everyone there. It's going to be at the church with Father Charlie, so St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in the Garces Center, which is the kind of the community room to the back of the building. And that's 3055 El Mirage. So hopefully everyone can be there. Any questions from the board? Go ahead, Herm.
I don't think this applies to your jurisdiction, but I was going to raise the question anyway. Maybe you can help someone here.
Okay.
The regulation is that political advertisements are to be removed 30 days following the election.
Correct.
I think we've got 4 of them that are still up today.
Okay.
They need to be removed. The penalty is $200 for not responding. And I don't know if your department looks at that or.
I know we normally don't, but I can definitely call the election people for the county and then ask them how they want to proceed with that. So I'll give them a call and see what they want us to do about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Pam.
And I have a question about domestic violence.
Uh-huh.
That seems to be a few more than normal. Are you seeing that as an increase as well?
We normally do see an increase after the holidays. Around, December, January usually are a little bit busier for domestic violence. But it's nothing out of the ordinary, like nothing super crazy. Each victim of domestic violence we do offer services to. So we do try to make sure that we can either prevent it happening in the future or whatever their current needs are, whether it's food, housing, shelter. Okay.
Thank you.
Kathleen, Fred?
Thank you.
Okay.
See you on Thursday.
All right. Thank you.
If you're going to ask a question, you need to step up to the podium, please.
I'm Yoko Allen, 1565 Sparkling Sands Drive in Laughlin. And my question is, in terms of electronic tickets, do we get a copy of the ticket when we actually are stopped?
Yeah, there'll be a receipt printout.
Okay, and then do we get a chance to contest it like the usual, the paper tickets?
Yeah, you'll have a court date on there.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, moving on to number 4, receive a report from Clark County Fire Department.
Hi there. My name's Scott Taggart. I'm a captain with Clark County Fire Department. I'm one of the captains next door at Station 76 on A Platoon. I have some statistics for January of last year. The Laughlin Fire Stations ran a total of 271 calls. That's up from last month by about 24%, but it's only up a few percent from November of last year. So it's gone up, but it hasn't gone up a huge amount. Most of those are medical calls. So the Station 76, which is down here on Casino, the run numbers have gone up slightly this last month, and the numbers at Station 85 have gone down slightly. But that fluctuates, and when you look at the average, it's pretty consistent with the numbers from last year. It's just goes up a little bit every month. Most of the calls that we're running are EMS calls, some fire. 85% of the calls we're running are medical emergencies, and the visitors keep us pretty busy down here on the Strip, and there's a lot of medical calls up in the residential area as well. Other than that, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing to report from the fire department end.
Thank you. Any questions? Herb?
Yes, sir.
I've noticed over the last several months that you now have a ladder truck in your department.
Yes, sir.
How'd that come about? You have one down
Well, the ladder truck's been down here for over a year. We've had a couple different apparatus that we've gone through. We've got the best unit from town that they have. So we have a truck down here right now, but it's been down here for probably the better part of 2 years. And then we cross-staff it. If we need to run a call on that, we get on that unit and go.
The ladder truck that's sitting in front of the station has been here for 2 years.
Yeah, that maybe not that particular one, but yeah, the ladder's been down here for a couple of years.
Was that a neighbor departmental decision?
Yes, yeah, it was. They wanted to have a truck down here available if we had a call where we needed it.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to check and make sure that we weren't being blindsided. I got you.
No, nothing's changed other than the number of units in the station. We still got the same amount of guys and still cost the same amount of money, if that answers that question.
Thank you. Any other further questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, receive a report from Will Smith with Clark County Water Reclamation. Yeah, I don't see him. Okay, his report's in the back of the room, right? Okay, you can receive his report in the back of the room. Okay, receive a report from Jason Bailey, Big Bend Water.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board. Jason Bailey with the Big Bend Water District. I just wanted to report on diversions for the year 2022, which were 3,146 acre feet, which is really kind of in line and on par with the previous year, 2021. Total diversions for the month of January were 203 acre feet. Again, that's in line with recent years. I also wanted to make the board aware of a few items. We had a repair of the treatment plant finish line. This was a critical repair for the system that was done just a few weeks ago, finished up on January 18th. This was a repair that could have affected most of the town of Laughlin, but just wanted to thank Chris Mays, who's with us today, and his team. It really only affected the fire station next door and this building. There was an outage for about 15 hours, but that was repaired and completed. I also wanted to make the board aware of the 1130 zone tank repair. That's the tank up on the mountainside. That's been inspected, repaired, recoated, refurbished. This was all done with state funding, the SRF loan funding, and should be good probably for the next 15 to 20 years, that tank up there. And then lastly, there is a shutdown that will need to happen probably sometime in mid-March that will affect some residents of Laughlin. Primarily, will affect the grocery store, the market, as well as a good portion of businesses in that strip mall and the apartments in the vistas. We don't have a date yet for this outage. This is to again, repair is it a valve, Chris? Sorry, Chris will give a little bit more information. But I did want to say that when we find out the date, our construction outreach team will communicate with residents about the outage. Likely this will happen overnight to kind of have the least impact possible. We'll let you as a board know that date as well. Chris?
Yes, he's talking about a PRB that we actually have on the intersection of Rio Vista and Needles Highway. There is a major concern with that valve setup arrangement is at the last bit of its life, so we're trying to schedule under a scheduled outage. We're looking at 8 to 10 hours. We're trying to do pre-work right now to get everything done to get that number down to 6 to 8 hours. Again, it's going to be done at night to lessen the impact on everybody as much as possible. We would have had it done earlier, but since we had the 1130 zone tank out of service, the engineers that I have up in Las Vegas Valley Water District ran the numbers, said it could be potentially possible. My call was I was not going to run the system into that type of red zone when we're having that tank come back into service. And if everything goes correctly, it'll be a non-issue as well. And this will set us up entirely that any situations that we have out in the system that we're concerned about should be alleviated. And hopefully as we go through the summer, we'll just deal with the normal pipe breaks that people have in front of their house, residential services and what have you, but nothing of a critical in nature that would affect large portions of Laughlin residents.
Thank you. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, receive a report from Griffin Gresso from Parks and Rec.
Good afternoon, everybody. Griffin Grasso, Parks and Rec. So statistics for the last month. For January 2023, we have 18 programs currently with 885 participants. Calnavari, our weekly activities for this month. Monday will be open rec, Tuesday will be painting, Wednesday will be diamond art, and Thursday will be beading. Our updates, Laughlin Aquatic Center is now hiring lifeguards. So if you are interested, you can visit us at our website. And I did leave some small flyers in the back. So if you have any teenagers or anybody who's looking for a summer job, that's the place to go. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
The area which originally was designed and constructed to be I think a volleyball court, which is south of your building.
Uh-huh.
It's never used.
Yeah, that's something that we could work on, kind of get back towards it, kind of address it next month. I'd have to talk to my supervisors about it. We do offer a cornhole league, and most of our participants do enjoy it inside. But that being said, yeah, that's something I could take a look at.
Well, there are a lot of recreations that are being done inside that would be brought in either place or both. So we've got a lot of people that like to be outdoors when the weather is conducive. And that area up there now is absolutely untouched. Nothing happens on it. Except I've seen a few sleepers in there. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's not used. And I don't think that it would be an expensive proposition to go ahead and reconfigure that area to put in shuffleboards, plushy boards, or cornhole arrangements. There are a number of things that could be done. That's a pretty significant amount of geography that's occupied by those walls. And they can be taken down, salvaged, and it can be done. And I think that it should be explored for the benefit of the entire community.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I can talk to some of my supervisors and see what we can't get going for you. Any other questions? Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Receive a report from Sabrina Mills with University of Nevada.
Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I just wanted to update you. We have our Healthy Living While Aging newsletter. It's in the back. This one is for February. I get these at the beginning of the month, but don't have the opportunity to display them until the middle of the month because of our board meetings. But they are available at my office if anyone wants to come at 55 Civic Way to receive those. The next thing I wanted to bring up was UNR Extension had the generosity to donate us radon kits to test our homes for radon. Radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. It comes from the ground and can accumulate in homes, raising risks of lung cancer. So if anyone is interested in having one of the free home test kits, they're at my office, again, at 55 Civic Way. I also brought a few of them if anyone wanted some today. There is also some paperwork about radon if anyone wanted to look at those. I dropped off a pamphlet in the back and put them in your guys' packets as well. There is a radon potential zip code map on there as well. It says where we are is very low, but there's a note at the bottom that says there weren't any home tested, there wasn't any data to show any radon. So they just gave these kits to me, and so I thought I'd present them to the community. We also have our Master Gardener, Ask a Master Gardener meetings that are hosted at the library. Our one for February is on the 22nd, so if anyone has any gardening questions, they're welcome to attend those and ask our Master Gardeners that are trained through UNR Extension. We still have the community garden applications open, so if anyone wants to grow a garden, we have garden plots available, and people can fill out an application and they can just get those from me at my office. We also have a lot of free seeds right now, so if anyone doesn't have like the funds to be able to get resources to plant a garden, we have seeds made available right now as well. Last thing is we still have our 4-H classes at the library going for New Faces, New Places. It's really fun because kids get to learn about different topics. Last week we grew a plant, so some planting aspects, and then this week we're making glitter jars. It's actually at 3:30 today, so I'm going to head over there and do that after this. But next week we'll probably do some more science experiments and stuff like that. So that's another fun class that we're doing. So thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Okay, a report from Jackie Wallen with Laughlin Chamber and Laughlin Tourism.
Good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day. Chamber of Commerce is just doing the best that it can to get through everything. We are picking back up. Our membership is picking back up. We are having ribbon cuttings, but most of them are pretty private. They've gone down to smaller groups so that it doesn't cost the business that much, which is very a good idea. On their behalf, opening a new business is not inexpensive. We have network and education class this month again on the last Friday of the month. It's at 8:30 in the morning, and this is rejuvenated health and health and wellness, and you'll be able to sit through breakfast and talk to the presenter of that, and then we stay afterwards and do some networking. The Laughlin Chamber of Commerce events coming up on March 4th is the Connie Davis 5K Walk and Roll. It doesn't eliminate anybody. If you have a disabled veteran, a shut-in senior on your block, please invite them to go. Get them down there. They don't have to walk or roll. All they have to do is sit and hang out with us in the park if they don't want to go down the trail. But it's a great day for camaraderie. $30 registration, and everybody gets the event t-shirt, free breakfast, free lunch, free goodie bag, all kinds of entertainment and raffle prizes. It's lots of fun. And it's normally over by noon, so you can still plan something in your afternoon. All that money does benefit the Cancer Connection of the River Fund, Inc. That Margaret is the chairperson for. We spend a lot of money on our local citizens. The next one would be Chef's Food Fest. Yes, you heard me. Chef's Food Fest is coming back after 3 years. We still plan on having about 570 guests in the room. We have the commitment of the resorts, so we know that it's going to be good. Of course, they will be your major actors. This year, the theme is Flavors of New England, so it would be kind of fun to try all the things that they can come up with that come from the New England states. That's going to be June 1st. And that also benefits the River Fund, Inc.'s non-restricted fund, which means that it can be used for anybody that's in trouble. And if you don't know much about River Fund, you should really look it up, because we do have a great process and procedures that vet out people that really don't need the assistance and are looking for an open hand. Our membership right now is at 324. Laughlin's percentage is 31%. We have new members 2 this quarter and 1 new member for Laughlin. The volunteers in partnership are still very, very busy working all the events around the tri-state. They are still the IFP airport ambassadors, and they take that job very seriously. They are volunteers and still can get disciplined for TSA acts of egregious acts against TSA laws. So they are pretty strict about the way that they ambassador those who are coming in and out. They're still welcoming planes from the Caesars Air Program and the Riverside Air Program. The VIPs gave away their $10,000 in January. It went to, I think, 12 deserving 501c3s who were doing a good job in the tri-state area, giving to others in need. They really enjoyed the money that they got, and they use it very wisely, and if it's for a special program, then they have to report back to us that that's what it was used for, to make sure that the volunteers understand that it went to the proper place. We still have COVID resources if anybody needs them for free. It's the whole kit for the whole house and every member of your family, so just let us know if you need anything. We continue to give Rotary services for free to our members, and Rotary notary service has been very, very busy in our office because a lot of people are buying cars right now, and they want to do out-of-state registration. So Claudia's quite busy. We gain a lot of members that way too, because they don't want to pay the fee every month or every time they come in. And that is my report for Laughlin Chamber. If you don't have any questions, I'll move on. Yes.
What, if anything, is happening with regard to the sports park in the south area?
Governor's assistant, Sonny, came to town, and we talked about a lot of the things that we wanted to see in Laughlin, which would be appropriate to increasing the destination's marketing attempts and taking away some of the problematic challenges that our promoters experience when they try and sign up with all the agencies to do an off-road race or anything like that. The additional encouragement for that is that we want to make sure it has a BMX course for our local children, that they can do walkathons there and all that stuff that a normal community would have, and I'm hoping that that goes through. But there has not been any movement or any confirmation that that will happen. We're still working on it, though. The binder's getting thicker. That's how I know something's being worked. The binder gets thicker. You're so welcome. Any other questions for Chamber? I'll move on to LTC. Laughlin Tourism Commission. Our next event is the air show. Big event. We do have some other things happening, but the big event is the air show on April 1st. This is our first attempt to have a real air show. They did an air show in 2013, but they only had 3 months to plan it. So it was a 3-month planning air show. This one, we've got support from the Capital Air Show in Sacramento, and we also just gained partnership with Nellis Air Force Base, Aviation Nation, and they're giving us a lot of support, cooperation with getting us answers, and connecting us with the right people that we need to get some of the things done, and also save money. This partnership is between the City of Bullhead City, the Laughlin Tourism Commission, Mojave County's Airport Authority / Laughlin Bullhead Airport. We also received funds from the Nevada State of Tourism for marketing purposes, and we received $150,000 from the Arizona Department of Tourism. And we also gained Findlay as the major sponsor, or the presenting sponsor, and Dot Foods as the next sponsor. So this thing's getting quite popular. The vendors are starting to sign up with poor Val. She's got vendoritis. And we have a lot of things going on. We just made decisions on alcohol today, and we are asking a few more military aircraft to come for educational purposes, not necessarily just for performance. We want our local children and aviation enthusiasts to be able to walk through military aircraft and actually feel and see what our hardworking veterans utilize, or actors right now are still utilizing. The one that I learned the most about was it the C-10 that took out the tanks? Is that the one that was created just to take out tanks? It flies really, really low, and I saw visuals of it and couldn't believe it, and then I stood in front of one and realized how valuable that plane was. And that's the education we hope to give our younger people here that don't have the opportunity to see it anywhere else. The wand fishing tournament is the second Laughlin Open. That's on April 26th to the 28th. That's a Wednesday through Friday. Their awards will be on Friday night. And then we have Brooks and Dunn coming that weekend. And it's not written on here, but the area river run is that weekend. It's just held by Bullhead City now. So that's going to be a very busy weekend. Just make sure you make your plans ahead of time. Rockets Over the River, of course, is back. It'll be on the 4th of July only. 4th of July lands on a Tuesday, and we will not have any fireworks over the weekend. We have a lot of people coming in to stay for the 4-day holiday. The destination marketing event that I wrote at the bottom was that one that we filed for on December 8th, and that was from the Nevada Division of Tourism. And they gave us $41,000 just for marketing the air show. So they're standing behind it. And that's all I have to report. If you don't have any questions, I
have a question.
Okay.
On the vendor concessions for the air show?
Yes.
Is that open to anyone who would like to apply?
Yes, specifically we're focusing, giving the spaces to military,
Great.
veterans, and services first. It's in our mission statement, take care of the vets.
And on the application, it tells them what license or permits they need to have for the day?
That's correct. And you know Val close enough, you can just call her. She'll help you through it.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay, receive a report from Tanya Brown for the library. She is not here. NA. Receive a report from Laughlin High School regarding the status of the programs and activities.
Good afternoon, Don Estes, Principal, Bennett Elementary, Laughlin Junior Senior High School. What a great day to celebrate the love that so many in this room have shared with our students. So I would like to recognize the Elks for their reading program to get our students back on track. Monthly incentives to read, get them out of those Chromebooks, back in the books. To help with that, our VIPs made a $750 donation to our high school library. The American Legion, the Sons of the American Legion, the Rotary, thank you for believing in our students and the Student of the Month programs that you run every month to promote our students and celebrate not necessarily the best of the best, but those students that are in there working hard and really showing that grit and perseverance. We know those soft skills, what success looks like, and often it just comes down to that hard work. So again, thank you for celebrating our students, recognizing the hard work that they do every single day. Early this year, we received a grant to start a robotics program. I am very proud to say that this past weekend, both of our robotics teams qualified for state. So first year program, 2 teams going to state 1st of March. So we're excited for that. Our student council received the Southern Star Award. Our winter sports program, our middle school basketball team went 16-0 and won the championship. So that is an exciting, we feel like for our 8th graders, that's that hope to keep building and looking forward to the future. Our spring sports season will start this weekend. And for our Rotaries, please know that our scoreboard is on track to be installed in March. So great things happening inside and outside of our schools, and it could not happen without the love and kindness that you show our students every single day. We currently have an enrollment, Bennett Elementary, 360 students, Laughlin High School, 371. That puts us at a total of 731. We currently have 45 seniors. Graduation is scheduled for May 23rd at 4 p.m. We have some exciting construction ahead of us. I'm going to table that until the next item on the agenda. I will close if there are any questions.
Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
We really enjoy all the all the programs up there, and we often tell the kids when we interact with them, we are the history, they are our future. Okay, next on the agenda. Announcements of upcoming neighborhood meetings and county or community meetings. Done. Okay. We will now move on to planning and zoning. Number 1, we have UC-23-0006 Clark County School Board of Trustees, use permit for an elementary school. Waivers and development standards for the following: 1, increase building height, and 2, reduce throat depth. Design reviews for the following: number 1, an elementary school building. 2, an alternative parking lot landscaping in conjunction with the existing junior high and high school campus on a portion of 80.0 acres in an R-U rural open land zone, generally located on the south side of Spirit Lane and the east side of Cougar Drive within Laughlin. This will go to the PC on 3/7/2023. We have you step up. Please say your name and last name so we have it for the record.
Don Estes, Laughlin Principal, Bennett Elementary, Laughlin Junior Senior High School. Trying to think, 8 years ago, I was appointed K-12 principal. And so for the past 8 years, I've overseen pre-K through 12th grade. In this time, I've been here many times talking about the inadequacies of our elementary campuses, the concerns I've had in terms of safety, space, and overall facilities. Today we're here to share with you the exciting news of how we propose to move forward in combining our K-12 school while maintaining the identity of both William G. Bennett Elementary and Laughlin Junior Senior High School, understanding that separation is critical between kindergartners and 12th graders, but also recognizing that 12th graders can play a role in tutoring and mentoring younger students. So in this combination, you'll hear about the proposed building. The priorities when working with the architects, again, was that safety. We know that we're in a world right now that on school campuses, we can't always say everything is safe, but what we can recognize is every individual on that campus works hard every single day to make the lives of the students safe and promote success. In our space, we're going to show how we can utilize underused space at the Laughlin Junior Senior High School, a campus that was built to house 900 students, and you heard me present that K-12, we have 731 students. That identity we recognize is important for staff, for students, and for community. Again, that separation, and then finally looking at the play areas, and we've discussed that importance, right? Students need to have creative play. That's part of the process. And so we really own in our schools right now to teach our students to be digital citizens on the technology side of it, but we also owe them to the right to have that same creative play that many of us know was important when we were young. So I'm going to turn it over. I want to say that working with Cunningham Architects has been a pleasure. They have listened to us. They have come back to the table many times. We've held staff meetings, community meetings, and so I'm excited for them to share with you our vision through their eyes as architects.
Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Hawley, project manager for Cunningham. I represent the design team, and thanks, Don, for the introduction. So I want to share quickly, the first board is the site plan. So it's showing currently on grade the existing buildings. The new building is between the far east wing of the main building and the CTE building on the southeast. So that would be a new building. It's a two-story building with kindergarten classrooms and auxiliary gym. We have a courtyard behind that building and between that building and the CTE building that would be for kindergarten and pre-K kids. And then the far east wing would be
Excuse me, is it possible for you to actually show us which pictures you're talking
about? Yes, that would be a lot better. Thank you.
Is there any way we could put this on the monitor?
Yeah, if we can have the camera kind of pan over.
That's the new building. So behind that building and between the 500 building or the CTE building, we'll have the courtyard for the kindergarten. We'll have playground equipment, safety surface, and shade structures. The 500 building, that will be allocated for special program for elementary school. It will have a library, music, art, special ed classroom for elementary. We'll also have a STEM classroom there and a workroom for all the teachers in the campus. So the east wing of the main building, that's where we are allocating 1st to 5th grade. And then we are also having a courtyard for 1st to 5th on the left side of that wing. Then in the elevations, on the other side, you can see the main colors of the buildings are meant to blend with the existing buildings, but we are having some pop-up colors just to add some fun to the elementary school kids. We are taking advantage of the change in elevation and the topography in that area of the campus. So the main entry is at the level of the parking that we are proposing. That parking, if you can show in the site plan, Brandon, Thank you.
And
So
Brandon, if you want to put it on that main one, it'll probably be easier to get it onto the, sorry. That'll help to get it right in there.
There we go,
Yeah.
now we got it on the screen.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
and just
that-
rotate between those.
Thanks. So that parking has a drop-off line for the buses and another one for the parents, that they are coming with the vehicles. They will have a drop-in keys for the kids, and the teachers can walk the kids to the building. Then back to the elevations. We have also an entry on the second level. That entry connects the courtyard and connects the building with the special program. So the other ones, let me see. As you can see, the building will have plenty of windows just to add daylight to the classrooms and the gym as well, and also to take advantage of those views that we have in that, from that area in the campus. And the last one is showing the materials that we had chosen, we have proposed, and the different colors, and also some renderings. And you can see how the building blends a little bit with the existing building, but it also have those pops of color. We also want to maintain Bennett Elementary School identity. So the front, it will have a canopy, and we have the name of the school, Bennett Elementary School. Any
So
questions?
today, you're asking for an increase in the building height. So you're talking about the increase in the height going to like a second floor?
Yes, so it's a two-story building, but as you can see in the elevations, the highest point of the building, the new building, is matching with the existing buildings. So it's two-story, but we are taking advantage of the
Of the
topography.
downslope.
Yeah.
Now, where you have the buses dropping off versus where you're dropping off the parents,
Sure, I can show you.
is there going to be teachers out there guiding them? Because you don't want children running across in front of the buses.
So here, this is the entry for both, but this is for the buses. So the buses can line here, and the kids will go down, and they go straight to the entry. This is for the parents, they will go here. And here we would have teachers receiving the kids. We have an accessible ramp and some stairs, and then they cross here, the main entry. And this is the other entry. We have this accessible route as well, so the kids can go in here, go up to the courtyard, and then go to the elementary wing, or the kindergarten, or special program, and they could also go to the student activity center.
Okay. Okay, do we have any questions?
And what is the height?
The
The
total
actual number? Thirty-five feet? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Sure.
Herb, do you have any questions?
So, Catherine, do you want to open up for public comment then?
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't have any questions on the board first? Okay, public questions?
I'm Yoko Allen, 1565 Sparkling Sands Drive in Laughlin, Nevada, 89029. And can you show me where the Cougar and Spirit Lane is in that map?
Of course. This is the Spirit Lane entry to Laughlin High School. So here's the rotunda. Okay, so
Any other questions?
Reduce throat depth, number 2. What does that mean, reduce throat depth?
So that's here in the driveways. So the portion that is for the vehicle's entry is 24 feet. That's the width that you require for fire truck. So this is all fire lane. So the fire trucks can go here and they can even go this way, all the way to the loading area. So definitely reduce cost.
All questions need to be on the microphone, I'm sorry. This is a recorded session.
Okay, sorry. So it has decreased by 60%, right? Because it's usually, I think I read that it was like 75 feet or something.
It's actually not being decreased, it's existing, and we are maintaining the existing
I
width.
see.
So we have
Okay.
24 feet of AC paving, which is the vehicle's driveway, and we also have sidewalks on both sides. So that
Okay.
adds about 12 feet, so it's around 36 feet.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from the public?
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we vote on this?
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carry. Reminder, this will go to the PC on 3/7/2023. We're going to move on to general business, which we don't have any today, which brings us to comments by the general public. A period devoted to comments by the general public about matters relevant to the board jurisdictions will be held. No vote may be taken on a matter not listed on the posted agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Please step up to the speaker's podium if applicable. Clearly state your name, address, and please spell your last name. If any member of the board wishes to extend the length of your presentation, this will be done by the chairperson or the board by majority vote. Do we have any public comments?
Yoko Allen, 1565 Sparkling Sands Drive, Laughlin, Nevada, 89029. The question I have is, I think it's wonderful that the school is being, consolidated. And one question is, what is the Bennett Elementary School is going to be used for? I mean, are there any plans for the?
So unfortunately, during public comment, we're not able to provide responses to the board. However, you could probably contact the school district and the Laughlin and Principal Estes, and they might be able to provide you information. But
Okay.
unfortunately, they're not able to do a back and
Okay.
forth.
My second question is, with the 603 parking lots that will be built, I'm thinking that because the children will be coming through to the high school area, there's going to be a lot more traffic. And I was wondering if, for example, I live on the next block from the high school, so if there are a lot of traffic in the mornings or in the afternoons, then I may have to wait there for a long time unless there is a stop sign, for example. I mean, you don't have to put in the lights because that'll be very expensive, but I think I would like that, to consider so that at least we'll be able to get out and come back into the, my street.
Any other comments?
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Is there any comments from the board? Nothing? Okay, our next meeting will be March 14th, 2023. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion and a second. Thank you. Adjourn. Thank you, everyone, for coming.